It seems we have a brand new update on the future of Obsidian games, more specifically their franchise Avowed. So it seems that Chris Avellone, a former Obsidian developer who's also the founder of Obsidian, has stated on X that apparently aside from DLC plans for The Outer Worlds 2, it seems like Obsidian is making no plans for Outer Worlds 3, but they are doing Avowed 2. To which YouTuber Legacy Killer HD replied, "That's wild considering Avowed isn't very good and Outer Worlds is far better. I genuinely wonder, Chris Avellone, do you think they'll ever do a new Fallout game, or are they just focused on new IP? Seems like their tune drastically changed the last few years on a new Fallout game." Chris Avellone responded, "Based on a recent article, I don't think they had a choice on changing their tune. The idea that a number of staff wouldn't want to work on a new Fallout is an unusual claim unless again you have no choice." And just this year alone in 2025, Obsidian released 3 games which are all their own IP, being Avowed, Grounded 2 in early access, and of course The Outer Worlds 2. It was also after the release of Avowed, the game director of Avowed, Kerry Patel, quit Obsidian and is now joining Netflix's Night School studio. This is after being with Obsidian Entertainment after nearly 12 years and was previously a narrative designer on Pillars of Eternity and The Outer Worlds, and of course the game director of Avowed. We also have this breakdown of all the confirmed projects, leaks and rumors for the future of Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda Softworks, also including Activision Blizzard, and this is from June 2025. So looking at what Obsidian Entertainment had planned back in June, we're currently working on post-launch content for Avowed and getting ready for the launch of Outer Worlds 2 in fall of 2025. And according to Jez Corden, a quite reliable insider, Obsidian is targeting 7 games in 7 years, and with the Outer Worlds 2 we will have gotten 4 of them. And if we compare the reviews of Avowed and the Outer Worlds Part 2, Avowed is seen as a decent game, and it seems that the main praise for Avowed was its combat mechanic, and besides that it's otherwise a non-memorable game, whereas the Outer Worlds 2, which is critically seen as a much better game, and even had Tim Kaine, who was a creator of the Fallout series as a whole, serving as a producer, lead programmer and one of the original designers for the first game, and was also involved in Fallout 2 and is widely recognized as the creator of the Fallout series. He was actually a consultant for Obsidian games for the Outer Worlds Part 2, and it seems that Tim Kaine is still currently working with Obsidian and consulting on their future projects, one being rumored as a post-apocalyptic game in 2026, where YouTuber Colt Eastwood has claimed that this game is actually going to be a Fallout game coming in 2026. But Colt Eastwood isn't as a reliable source as someone like Chris Avellone, who was the founder of Obsidian and has kind of inside information over there. Chris Avellone didn't deny that there's going to be a Fallout project, but he also didn't mention one that they're developing. However, according to Chris Avellone, now they're going to be making Avowed 2, and of course now with a new game director behind Avowed 2, and with Tim Kaine being able to consult on the project. And if we remember, what Avowed was originally going to be was actually going to be a game that was going to compete with the Elder Scrolls series. It was supposed to be Obsidian's Elder Scrolls, whereas the Outer Worlds would have been Obsidian's Fallout. That is kind of still the case, and it's very possible that now with a new game director behind Avowed 2 and with Tim Kaine consulting and everything they've learned, expanding the Outer Worlds franchise with the Outer Worlds 2 and taking what they learned from Avowed 1 with the great combat mechanics that everyone praised, they can really make Avowed 2 a very special game, and even try to make an Elder Scrolls like game this time, as that actually was their original vision for Avowed. And Avowed has so many different elements going for it that it doesn't need to be an Elder Scrolls copycat, but just on that grand scale and have meaningful exploration and make it a memorable experience, as that's exactly what they did with the Outer Worlds Part 2. The Outer Worlds 1 was a much smaller game, and they never really had the budget to realize the vision of what they wanted the Outer Worlds to be. When the Outer Worlds 2 came around, they had that initial concept, they did exactly that. They made the Outer Worlds 2 a lot bigger, they expanded it and made it the game that they wanted to make originally. Now Avowed 2 would be game number 5, and Jez Corden did say that they're targeting 7 games in 7 years, and we're already past game number 4. Avowed 2 would be number 5, so what would be game number 6 and 7? Chris Avellone has suggested that they're probably not going to be doing the Outer Worlds Part 3, and that's not on their slate. And we have reports that a post-apocalyptic game is going to come in 2026, with Colt Eastwood claiming that it's going to be a Fallout game. Chris Avellone has stated in the past that Obsidian Entertainment and himself personally had made pitches to Bethesda to make spin-off titles between their mainline games, and unfortunately they were all declined. Whether things have changed behind the scenes is yet to be seen, but it seems Obsidian Entertainment is happy working on their own IP. But Chris Avellone also said that it's unusual for Obsidian not to be excited to work on a Fallout unless they were told they cannot. So with all this, we'll have to to wait and find out. Again, we are now going on to game number 5 of the 7 games in 7 years Obsidian plan. So if game number 5 is Avowed 2, and what are game numbers 6 and 7? Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about all of this? We are going to be breaking down all things Fallout as well, so stay tuned for that, and also the Elder Scrolls 6, which I also just did a brand new leak video which we broke down from gaming leaks and rumors on Reddit. And guys, I wanted to announce the Witch Hunt collection, which is going to be the first collection that will be available on the Balboa Club store when it launches. This specific collection is inspired by the Witcher series and the dark fantasy genre. This is a brand that I've really wanted to make for a long time. I didn't just want to make merch, but I wanted to make something special. Something that mixes the really cool designs of the wrestling world with the things that we love the most, video games. And of course, the first design had to be inspired by my favorite game of all time, The Witcher 3. So this is something special that I've created for you. I want you to join the club, and I will announce when the store is about to launch through this channel. Now we're even going to TikTok and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and join the Balboa Club today. Bye bye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.